Hello. Today I'm going to talk about a program called Zoomit. It basically allows you to zoom in and out. Go to your favorite search engine, type in Zoomit. You're going to see Zoomit TechNet Microsoft. Go ahead and click that, and it'll take you to this page. Now there's two places you can download this. You can download it here at the top, or you can download it at the bottom. Now I use AVG Professional. I scan everything I download, and I've never had a problem with this. So it is safe to use. Once you download it and you run it, you're going to get this icon on your desktop. Okay, go ahead and click on that, and once you get that, you're going to have an icon in your icon tray, and that's going to have options, break timer, draw, zoom, and exit. These are your options. You can zoom down to 1.25 or zoom all the way up to 4.0. This is going to be the 1.25. It just zooms it in a little bit. And this is going to be the 4.0. Once I can get there, we go. And a big difference. And now this isn't only good for presentations. If the eyesight's getting a little bit worse or what have you, you can use this too. Most things out there have zoom capability, but every little bit does help. I usually keep it at the 2.0. It's a good zoom ratio for myself. It allows me to show the little buttons, the small prints, things like that. Now to use this, you can press the Control 1. That's the default setting. You can change this by just clicking here and say Shift R, okay, or Control 8. It's completely up to you. I keep it at the default. It works. I keep the animated zoom on with the check mark, and then also you want to keep this check mark, the show tray icon. That way you can always see it running, and always go to the options and changes as you see fit. You can start it when Windows starts. A lot of people actually do that. I personally don't. I just click it on my desktop, but you can do either way. It's completely up to you. That's a preference. Then you have live zoom, which is Control 4, and basically what that allows you to do is wherever your mouse goes, where the cursor goes, it's going to follow. Okay, and you can scroll with this. Like I said, the 4 it's kind of blotchy sometimes. So we'll hit Control 4 to get out of it. And then let me bring this back down to 2. Then your other option is to draw, and that's Control 2. I'm going to get into this in a minute because there's quite a few options to do with this. Type is it's with the drawing feature, okay, but you can set your fonts from here. You can change your font to whatever you like, depending on what you're going to use it for. You can also have it regular, italic, bold, and italic. The font size doesn't matter. That's why it's set at 16, because you can change that in Draw itself. And then you have break. Break is great for classroom settings, or if you're going to leave your computer for a little bit. It basically brings up a white screen with a countdown timer on it. Okay, and you can change the timer here, or when you press the Control 3 to activate it, you can use your up and down arrow keys as well. So once you get all your settings done, let me bring up my cheat sheet so we can show you everything I'm going to be working on. Again, here's the website that you can get it at. But Control 1 again does your zoom feature. Control 1 again will bring you back to normal. Control and 2, it starts the draw feature. Now when I press this, if you look at my cursor, it changes this little dot. Now mostly when you first start this, it's going to look like this little X, because that's the smallest font size that it has. You change that by holding down the control key, and if you're using a mouse, you use your little roller and go up or go down. If you're using your laptop, it's just like scrolling on a regular page. Use your two fingers on your pad and go up and down. Okay. Now, some of the features with the drawing, you have the T. Everything works off of the keys. So T is text. So we press the T key. You notice this line came up. Remember we talked about that font size? That's where you would change this by your roller of your mouse, or if you're using a laptop, it's using the two fingers to scroll up and down. Okay. Once we figure out where we want to put the text, just click, and now we can write. Oh, bright blue. Okay. Now you can change the colors. If you notice, I have it set right here, BGPRY. Well, I have it on blue. Now if we press G, it'll change it to green. Okay. And if we press T for text, and we'll text in the color green. Now if we go to P, it'll change it to pink. And of course, you know, R turns it to red, and yellow will turn it to yellow. Okay, now to erase, let's say you made a mistake or you don't want it there anymore, there's a couple different things you can do. You can right click a couple times and it'll erase the whole screen. Everything you did here, all this text I did, okay. Or you can press the escape button and it erases everything and takes you back normal. You're not using the Zoom anymore. If you press E, it'll just erase everything on the screen. And of course, Control Z erases the last entry. So if we press Control Z, it starts erasing it one by one. If we right click, it erases everything just like the escape. Now we're back out of Zoom. So Control 2 brings us back. And if you just hold the left mouse button down, you can draw. You know, just add lines. Okay? That's just by using the left button. Now we'll use erase, but now I'm still in it. So I use the letter E, which did not take me out of my draw. It just erased everything on the screen. The right click a couple times and the escape actually takes you out of the Zoom draw. Now also with your drawing, if you hold down the tab button and the left mouse button, it'll make your circles and ellipses. So if we press tab, hold down the button, we can make our circles or ellipses. It's completely up to you. And you can change the colors accordingly as well. You know, if you want to make them green, you know, it doesn't matter. Okay? Now if we hold the shift button down and the left mouse button, it'll make lines. I don't make straight lines, so I use that quite a bit. So we'll hold down the shift and it will make our lines. And they will make them a lot straighter than, well, myself. Okay. And again, you can change the colors on them. Now if we hold the control and the left mouse button, it'll make the squares and rectangles. So control and drag them out. Okay. E to erase. And the last one is making arrows. Now with this, I do make this just a little bit bigger because the small ones, well, here I'll show you, it doesn't turn out all that great. Actually kind of, well, to me they're too small. Okay. Certain things this would be nice on, but for myself, you know, again, it's something to do with the eyesight. So. Alright. So if you have any questions, be glad to I'll be glad to answer them. Go ahead and comment. Again, you can find me on my blog, Twitter, Facebook, Google, email. So I'm around everywhere. So enjoy, have fun. I hope you learned something. Go ahead and use it. It's great, especially if on Hangouts when you're sharing your screens. Um, you know, it's an awesome tool. So have fun. Goodbye.